In the heart of West Africa, a young captain has risen, not just as a leader of Burkina Faso, but as a symbol of defiance across the continent. His name, Captain Ibrahim Traore. His words, "We either fight for our country, or we remain slaves forever." These are not just words spoken in frustration. They are a battle cry, a call to every African on the continent and in the diaspora to stand tall and reclaim what was taken.
Our country has long been in a very complicated system. Most of you who are young like me, we were born into this system. But that's not what can allow Burkina to thrive. Because in this situation, there are only two cases. Either we accept to fight, or we remain slaves forever. I told you once, there are those who are slaves in their minds. They can only serve their master. And those people try every time to manipulate you. You must advise each other. Because every situation can be exploited by these enemies of the nation to try to discourage you, to demotivate you. So, you must advise each other and not pay attention to certain remarks, even on some media. Not everyone is obliged to be patriotic. You are the first patriots. You have decided to defend the homeland. There is nothing better than that. Those who want to support you, let them support you. Those who want to discourage you through writings, you must close your ears and move forward. As for those, we will fight them here. So, we must remember something. Recently, there is a so-called NGO. It's not even an NGO. Because NGO stands for non-governmental organization. They are not non-governmental because they are funded by a federal budget, by a state. This so-called NGO produces reports claiming that the FDS and the VDP commit abuses. It went in here, it came out there. It's to tarnish your morale. It's to scare you, to prevent you from being able to fight. No. Moreover, we are going to file a complaint against this NGO because people need to understand something. What is happening to us here? It's true that they have manipulated part of our populations in the Sahel here, but they didn't have that kind of weaponry. What brought such significant weaponry into their ranks? It's Libya. Who destroyed Libya? It's this NGO, the same NGO that made false reports and gave them to those who wanted to create a rebellion so that people would intervene and overthrow Gaddafi. And the powder keg ended up being poured into the Sahel. These millions of lives that have been taken in the Sahel, we must file a complaint against this NGO because it is responsible for these false reports it made to support this thesis of attacking Libya. They have no moral lessons to give us. Look at the world. Let them go defend human rights all over the world first before coming here. We are fortunate to have similar situations. In this world, you voluntarily committed yourselves. There are countries where people are forcibly taken, killed. You leave or you die. Others, even while trying to flee, end up dying. They don't talk about human rights because these people see us as subhumans. They see us as slaves. That's how it is in their minds. They have never changed their mindset, but it's up to us to show them that we are not slaves and we will never accept this state of affairs. So don't be fooled by the stories. They tell to anyone who will listen. You must stay focused on your fight. Stay focused. We know what we are doing. And even now, the VTP commander told me that there is a human rights training session underway for group leaders and their deputies. If we make efforts, we know it's for ourselves. We no longer do things to please someone else. We do it for our homeland. And you are committed to that. Defend your homeland. Do not listen to those individuals. They should not affect your morale. In the history of the world, there have been wars. And during the Second World War, people organized themselves to defend all over the place. But there is a country that could not defend itself, which had to come and take our ancestors to go defend them. And today that same country wants to give us lessons. The pot calling the kettle black. No. You are the descendants of those same ancestors who went to defend others, who liberated the world from Nazism. Today you are fighting for your lands. These same individuals dare to create terms to tarnish you. We oppose this. We will never agree. Continue to defend your lands. It is your wealth that interests these people. It's our gold, it's our minerals that interest them. Otherwise, why come and drive out entire villages to seize our lands? So we will fight and we will reclaim our lands, our wealth. It belongs to us. It's for us. It will benefit us and our children. I therefore encourage you to remember that this war is to free us from slavery. It's for our independence. And you must keep your spirits high, stay strong. Never give in to manipulators, to those individuals who no longer understand the notion of homeland, or to those people who come from outside to try to subdue us through their terms they invented and their organizations they created to enslave us. Fight, move forward, do everything you can. Draw, as I said, from your cultural resources, from what you have been shaped by since the village. Draw from it and wage this war. Stay focused and stay strong.
In today's video, we explore how this bold statement has shaken political corridors globally. But more importantly, we highlight what it means for Africa's next generation. A generation no longer content with survival, but demanding sovereignty. Recent reports have suggested that the United States has considered removing or eliminating Traoré due to his shift away from Western influence. While details remain murky, the message is clear. When African leaders choose sovereignty over submission, they often become targets. From Kwame Nkrumah to Thomas Sankara, who also led Burkina Faso before being assassinated, the pattern is consistent. Any leader advocating for real independence outside Western approval is quickly labeled a threat. Traoré's response, however, broke the mold. He didn't soften his stance, he doubled down. We either fight or remain slaves. These words were not just aimed at foreign powers, but at fellow Africans, urging them to shake off decades of economic dependence, political manipulation, and military interference. The courage to say these things openly has earned him enemies, but it's also earned him unwavering respect. To understand Traoré's philosophy, we must revisit Thomas Sankara, the revolutionary leader of Burkina Faso in the 1980s. Known as Africa's Che Guevara, Sankara implemented bold reforms, promoted women's rights, and rejected foreign aid with strings attached. He once said, "He who feeds you, controls you." This ideology is alive again under Traoré's leadership. In fact, many see him as Sankara reborn, not just in ideology, but in spirit. Traoré regularly honors Sankara's memory, both in words and in policy. He has banned certain foreign NGOs, ended military agreements with France, and reasserted control over the nation's gold reserves. These are not small moves, they are declarations of independence. For young Africans especially, Traoré's leadership reminds them that the revolutionary flame never truly died. It was simply waiting for someone to reignite it. Across the continent, Traoré's stance is inspiring a broader Pan-African awakening. Nations like Mali and Niger have expressed support, while citizens in countries like Ghana, South Africa, and Kenya are watching closely. There's a growing belief that African problems must be solved by Africans. Movements such as the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, the rise of local tech startups, and the diaspora's investment in African economies all signal a shift in mindset, from dependence to dignity. Social media has also played a crucial role. Traoré's speeches are going viral. Young Africans are resharing his message not just because it sounds powerful, but because it speaks to their longing for self-determination. In the past, Pan-Africanism was viewed by some as idealistic. Today, it's being reborn as a practical, necessary path to survival and growth. While Traoré's words have inspired millions, they also raise a critical question. What happens next? Will Burkina Faso survive the pressure? Will Traoré be protected from the fate of so many revolutionary leaders before him? The answer lies in unity, in action, in the ability of the African people and the diaspora to rally around these leaders when they are most vulnerable. It's no longer enough to cheer from the sidelines. African sovereignty must be defended, nurtured, and institutionalized. Traoré's challenge is not only to lead his country, but to stay alive long enough to see his vision unfold. His courage should serve as a call to action for leaders, educators, artists, and entrepreneurs to embrace a new narrative, one rooted in African excellence, control, and power. Let us honor the past. But more importantly, let us shape the future. Captain Traoré's words are more than just defiance. They're a declaration. They remind us that freedom is never given. It is taken. If we do not fight for our future, we risk losing it entirely. If this message resonated with you, share this video. Spread the word. Let the world know that a new Africa is rising, proud, powerful, and united. Subscribe to the power of Pan-Africanism for more content that celebrates African strength, resistance, and rebirth. The time is now. Africa is awake, and it will not sleep again.